Welcome students on online class 12th standard. Today we have to learn the chapter number 15, structure of atoms and nuclei. So in last video we have seen the energy level diagram. After then, today we have to study limitation of Bohr's model. Bohr's gives a stable orbit, stable hydrogen atom in which electron can revolve around the nucleus in a circular orbit and forming postulates, gives a postulates. Using these postulates, we have to study radius of orbit, velocity of electron, their relation, angular velocity, frequency, current, angular momentum, as well as kinetic energy, potential energy and total energy of electron in Bohr's theory of hydrogen atom. But Bohr's model gives some limitation. These limitations are even though Bohr's model seemed to explain hydrogen spectrum, it had few shortcomings which are listed below. Number 1, Bohr's model could not explain line spectra of atoms other than hydrogen. Means the model, it cannot explain line spectra of atoms other than hydrogen atom. But Bohr can study a stable orbit of hydrogen atom. Even for hydrogen, it is observed that spectra shows multiple components in same line that can be explained. Another point will be there, that is intensity of emission of lines. They are seem to differ from line to line. Hence, intensity will be different from lines to lines. Bohr had no explanation about that intensity of emission of lines. And third limitation is given by Bohr models, that will be on theory of Bohr's model, it was not entirely satisfactory, as it is assumed orbits following condition to be a stable. Bohr model was not entirely satisfactory. It is assumed orbit following conditions to be a stable. There was no theoretical proof of that stable orbits. So that for understanding the structure of atom, a full quantum mechanical study is required. So, Bohr's second postulate is given by the scientist de Broglie. This de Broglie's scientist, his hypothesis can be studied in the chapter number 14, dual nature of particles and matter. So here in this dual nature, particle nature as well as wave nature is there. So energy of photon according to Planck's quantum theory, energy of photon, which is seen in third postulate of Bohr's theory of hydrogen atom. This energy of photon will be h nu. Here nu is frequency of incident light, which is equal to hc upon lambda, means nu is equal to c upon lambda. We know in previous year 11th standard we have to study the relation between velocity, frequency and wavelength. Velocity equal to frequency multiplied by wavelength. So frequency is equal to velocity upon wavelength. So nu equal to c upon lambda. So that energy of photon, that is hc upon lambda. This formula can be used to determine Bohr's formula. So we know that linear momentum is product of mass and linear velocity. But in light, linear momentum will be mass of particle and velocity of light in air. According to Einstein's equation, Einstein's relation, Einstein gives a relation between energy and mass. So that relation is called as Einstein's mass energy relation. This relation will be E equal to mc square. This mc square can also written as E equal to m into c into c. So that m into c becomes linear momentum. So we can write written as energy is equal to, or energy of particle is equal to linear momentum p into linear velocity c. If we get the rearrangement such that we can also find out linear momentum is equal to energy upon velocity, and we know that energy of photon is equal to hc upon lambda. So hc upon lambda upon c. So what happened? C get cancelled. So here when c get cancelled, so linear momentum p is equal to h upon lambda, or by rearranging the terms, so we say that lambda is equal to h upon p, means lambda is equal to h upon mc, and that hypothesis is called as de Broglie's hypothesis. So Bohr's second postulate is given by, second postulate is angular momentum of electron is integral multiple of h upon 2 pi. So de Broglie's hypothesis, that will given as lambda equal to h upon mc. Wavelength of moving macroscopic object. These macroscopic objects are very small. Their size will be about 10 raised to minus 34 meter, which cannot be measured. We do not feel their existence, means macroscopic object does not exist here in nature. So we do not feel their existence, but wavelength of subatomic particles wavelength of subatomic particles like electron is significant, which can be measured by using de Broglie's hypothesis. Means we can measure the wavelength of electron using de Broglie's hypothesis. This hypothesis is also studied in chapter number 14. See here, from this hypothesis, de Broglie suggests that instead of orbiting the electron inside the atoms, it can be considered as particles. So, wavelength of such particles are lambda equal to h upon p. That is de Broglie's hypothesis. Every moving particles are associated with a wave having wavelength. Such waves are called as matter waves or called as standing waves. Standing waves are similar to the wave in string or waves in a string. When string is plucked, wave is generated. These waves are same as standing waves or waves in a pipe. When flute is there, flute is operated, then wave is generated, and these waves are same to the standing waves. So length of orbit of an electron has to be integral multiple of wavelength. First orbit, for first orbit or ground state, length is equal to de Broglie's wavelength lambda. For second orbit, this length is equal to double or twice that of de Broglie's wavelength. So that for circular motion, length is equal to circumference of circle. For nth orbit, this length will be twice pi rn, which is circumference. So circumference means twice pi rn is equal to n times lambda n. So therefore, lambda n is equal to 2 pi rn upon n. That is equation number 1.